Then why didn't you tell her before?
Because she wouldn't have believed me. She had to learn it for herself.
What have you learned, Dorothy?
I think that it wasn't enough just to want to see Uncle Henry and Auntie Anne.
Okay, but how in Wicked's universe, how are they going to send her back?
I won't look any further than my own backyard. Because if it isn't there, I never really lost it to begin with. Is that right?
That's all it is.
But that's so easy. I should have thought of it. Boy, I should have found it in my heart.
No, she had to find it out for herself. Now those magic slippers will take you home in 2 seconds.
Oh, Toto too?
Toto too.
Okay, but are the slippers really magic?
Whenever
I can't wait to watch Wicked to find out.
Dear, that's too wonderful to be true. Oh, it's going to be so hard to say goodbye.
I don't know if I like this.
You all too.
Free wine. What are you going to do?
Goodbye, Tin Man. Oh, don't cry. You'll rest so dreadfully. Here's your oil can. Goodbye.
Now I know I've got a heart that is breaking.
Shut up, Bach.
Goodbye, Mother. You know, I know it isn't right.
Hi.
I'm gonna miss the way you used to always help before you found your courage.
I would never have found it.
I don't know if you had a heart, Bach.
For you.
You messed with Nessa.
I think I'll miss you most of all.
Everyone always does, because that's Fiero, girl. That's Fiero.
You ready now? Yes. Say goodbye, Toto.
My friend texted me back.
Yes, I'm ready now.
Stay.
then close your eyes.
I'm in my hotel,
Have your views together 3 times
trying to relax.
and think to yourself, there's no place like home.
What the heck?
No place like home.
My sister refunded me for the money I sent for the funeral? I'm not kidding. I wish I could show you, but her full name is on that. Hi. Hey. This brat. I can't believe she just did that. That's crazy.
Dorothy dear.
It's Annette, darling. Annie, it's you.
Guys, what am I supposed to do with this one, girl? Thank you. Hi. So, the tea. I'll mute this TV now. My sister got mad at me because I invited additional family members to my brother's memorial. She's also not communicating anything with me, by the way. What's your name? What are you named? My name is Vannie. Hi. So I invited additional family members to my brother's memorial because they obviously loved my brother and wanted to say goodbye. And in my experience, funerals are not, and memorials are not a formal event. They are usually posted in the newspaper. Anyone who knew the deceased could come. Like, it's an open invitation. Granted, my brother didn't know very many people because he's very introverted. So I invited extra family who said they weren't invited. And I was like, that's ridiculous. You should be invited. You're a family. And they're taking my brother's death very hard. So I, of course, extended the invitation to them. And my sister got mad that I invited extra people because apparently she's catering the event with, like, a sit-down meal. That wasn't expressed. I told her, she's like, what, we're not going to have enough food. And I was like, oh, I'll just go to Costco and I'll get, like, a tray of sandwiches and a tray of, like, the little rolly things and some cheese and crackers and stuff. And she's like, no, I didn't cater sandwiches. And I was like, okay, sorry, I didn't know. How would I know? And I'm like, what'd you cater? She wouldn't answer. And then she got mad that I invited a support system. And this is tomorrow, and she's angry at me, so I sent her $300 to like help out with the cost of everything. I also went and got $200 worth of drinks today because I was like, I don't know how many people are coming. I have no idea what this guest list looks like. And yeah, Wizard of Oz is playing again? I just watched it. Why is it playing twice in a row? That's silly. And she might even be watching this. I don't know. Hi, but that was rude that she gave me back money when I gave it to contribute. Friendly reminder that Celebration of Life is tomorrow. She sent a reminder. Girls' night in? Heck yeah! Girls' night in. She drives me crazy sometimes. Anyway, why aren't my chats staying up? Girls' night in, live chat. There we go. Cheers to Girls' night in. I went out to dinner and I got so, like, I started, like, nodding off at my table. It was crazy, so I came back as fast as I could. And now I'm drinking my wine. They gave me this was free wine at my hotel. They gave me 2 free drinks, and this is the 2 free drinks. Hi, Paul. Paul, how many accounts do you have? I feel like your account looks a little different every time. And damn it, how do we dedicate this picture? Oh, cute. For nearly 40 years, the story's given way more than 40 years, guys. I just watched this. Let's watch another one. Let's watch something else. I don't want to watch Avengers. Ooh, Elf is about to be on. Now National Lampoon's is ending and Elf is gonna start. It already did start. Oh, he's going through the candy cane forest. Okay, I'll mute it so I don't get this video taken down. Where's the mute again? There it is. Ugh. You got mild degenerative in your hip. Oh no, Paul. Paul, you poor thing. Report. Okay. Block. And put user in timeout for that long. Anyway. Poor Paul. Don't listen to whoever that was. They're annoying. I put them in timeout. I also hid them from my channel, but I don't know if that means they'll just be hidden from me or hidden from everybody, so whatever. Oh, I'm a lightweight. I had like 5 sips of this. Anyway, I'm stressing about my brother's memorial tomorrow. After being told multiple times, no, you may as well not show up. If you can't watch what you say, if you can't be nice. I'll watch what I say, but I will not be nice to people who are not nice to me. Period. The heck? Hi everyone. Are we hanging out? So pretty. I love the new Frankenstein film costumes. So pretty. Okay, anyway. Oh, well. So weird. Your dance, you did a survival show inspired performance? What's that? Amuse me. What should we talk about? I'm telling on her. I'm telling my uncle. I'm ratting her out. I swear she's just trying to rage bait me. I can't believe her. That is so crazy. Like, I literally gave her money because she was complaining that I invited a couple of friends to be my support system. Because to be honest, like, my trust in my family is very damaged right now. And so I was like, well, I want people I know I can depend on. So I invited a couple. And she's like all mad about it. Stay mad. Stay mad. My uncle said, ha ha. My uncle just could not be bothered. He's so funny. Literally. Ugh. She stresses me out. I just can't understand how someone with such a nice life could be so unhappy. Like, she got everything she wanted growing up. Everything she wanted. She got her way about everything. And she was provided for like crazy. Like, they bought her a car. They didn't buy me a car. They paid for some of her schooling. They didn't pay for none of my schooling. Like, crazy work. Crazy work. She has a wonderful husband, fantastic man, love him so much, as a brother. She thinks I'm trying to steal him or something, I swear. She gets really possessive whenever I try to get close to him, as a brother, because we're family now. Sweetest guy in the world. Can't understand why she is so mean and miserable. Like, so hostile. I love my sister, but she's so hostile. Stresses me out so much, guys. For the record, yes, I am drinking wine. No, that does not make me an alcoholic. Thank you. Anyway, have y'all seen the news about Chang? Chang, I guess, got diagnosed with a fainting disorder. She grows so thin, I'm not surprised. I'm happy she didn't faint on stage, though. I haven't seen that, so that's good. But goodness gracious. Why are you threatening Paul? Wait, why aren't my things popping up? Okay, Paul's, I'm seeing your messages now. Maybe I will have surgery in my hip. Hi! You're so beautiful, amazing. Oh, thank you, Paul. So are you. I'm sorry that you have to have surgery, Paul. That's not fun. I don't know why my things aren't popping up. I'm gonna move you closer so that way I can, like, see better. Oh. Buddy the Elf. It's not even Thanksgiving yet. They're playing Christmas movies. I mean, I'm not complaining, but that guy was on a scooter. Heck yeah, a sign of the times. I'm so congested too. I hope I'm not getting sick. I'm trying not to get sick. Do you know how many freaking stores I went to today trying to find mellow yellow soda? First I went to World Market because there was another soda I was trying to find. Then I went to Costco and I couldn't find it there, but I got some waters and stuff for the memorial. And then I went to Winco where I found RC Cola, but not mellow yellow. And then I went to Bevmo, and Bevmo did not have any mellow yellow, or RC Cola, or the other soda I was looking for. And then I stopped at a random liquor store because I was like, oh, maybe it's a mixer. Couldn't find it there either. And then I gave up. Winco Chads? What's a Winco Chad? Nice nails. Thank you. Look, I just got them done. My brother's favorite color was blue, so I got them done for him for his memorial. Very pretty. Very long. I like having long nails. I used to hate having long nails, but they give me something to play with, and I don't bite them as much, so I won't get sick. Because when I don't have nails on, I bite my nails when I'm stressed. And girl, I've been stressed. So I'm trying to avoid it as much as possible. And they're easy to keep clean, and they look nice. The lady spent 2 hours doing them, which was crazy. Probably didn't help that I started crying. Not her fault. I was crying because my sister was texting me being mean. I literally can't wrap my head around, sorry to rant, to use you guys as a therapist, I can't wrap my head around someone who assuming someone is a bad person if you don't know them as an adult. She has beef with me from when we were kids, which fine, because I left the house at 18 and she was 16, and I was peace out. But, oh yeah, I went to Mellow Yellow, I went to Walmart as well. I went to 2 Walmarts. And I had no luck. I went to 2 different Walmarts. 0 luck finding Mellow Yellow. I tried that. But how can you think someone is a villain if you only know them as a child? Because you grow up so much. Walmart internet. Yeah, I don't have time to order it. It's too late. I didn't think about that in time. I just thought it would, because I've seen it in stores. I've seen it multiple times. Oh, I also went to a Safeway. 2 Walmarts, Winco, Costco, Bevmo, World Market. I tried all of those, and a random liquor store. I went to so many stores today trying to find it. I tried my best. Guys. I really did. I just can't think, I don't like it. I'm only drinking this to lower my blood pressure. I just can't get it. I'm not the monster she thinks I am, but she really just acts like I'm a monster, and I can't conceive of what I could have done to make her think that I'm some horrible monster. She thinks that I make everything about me, which fair, some part. About your encounters at Winco. We used to go to Winco just for fun. We would say, let's go Winco. You want to go Winco? Not to Winco. It was, you want to go Winco? And me and my friends and Alex, we would just, go drive and, look in the candy section, grab a bag of chips, grab an Arizona tea, walk around the different sections, look at the cookies, look at the chips, look at the frozen food, and then we would go home. Sometimes we go to the Best Buy next to it, or nearby, I guess, down the street. Ew. Would you like to try a fruit spray? It's not fruit spray, dude. Yeah, Winco's iconic. It's kind of iconic. If there was, gonna be a merch collab about, food, a grocery store, yeah, Costco, sure, but, the real ones rock Winco, you know? Made a weird sound. I have not inspected my room for cameras. I think I just don't care that much. There's a pull-out bed under here too. It's nice. They gave me a room with a living room and then a separate room for my bedroom. It's pretty nice. I don't love that there's a door leading to another room, and I don't love that there's windows in the front of the room. You can watch people in the hallway. I feel really weird about that. I don't want people walking by and seeing me in my room. It's just odd to me. weird design choice, but I guess the voyeurs might really like these rooms. Like, I don't know. Wait, is that Ernie? There's Bert and Ernie's like all over that toy shop. Why are there so many Bert and Ernie's? Those were not popular toys back in the day. I want a Bert and Ernie doll. They're literally all over the place in this toy store. Why have I never noticed that before? Wait, we gotta listen to it.
Oh my God! Santa here? I know him.
He'll be here to take pictures with all the children. Just keep your receipts. 10 a.m. tomorrow.
10 a.m. tomorrow.
Santa's coming to town.
Yes.
Okay. Santa's coming. I love that part. Anyway, okay. I don't know what that is. But I'm happy you have a favorite movie. That's good for you. I like The Grinch. I like Elf. There's so many Bert and Ernie toys. I want them though. They're actually really cute. And there's Elmo's. Cute. Excuse me. Tired. Well, Frodo is most wholesome. True. Instead of the Landlord Pearl videos. I wish that I could like introduce that to more teenagers. Yeah, nobody really makes Christmas anything very much anymore. I mean, there are Christmas movies. There's like holiday, like animated ones. I really liked, I know it's not like a Christmas movie, but Guardians, Rise of the Guardians, not the Avengers one. It's the one with like Jack Frost. I love that movie for like all the holidays. It's just a great movie with a great plot and a great voice cast too. I really liked it. I'm trying to think of the last like new Christmas movie that I watched besides like the ones that are on streaming. Because honestly, like Christmas movies don't do that well in the box office, I feel. So that's probably why they just moved all of them to streaming. I don't love the Christmas romance ones like Christmas Prince and stuff like that. I like the elves, I like the Grinches, I like the Santa Claus. But also I feel like all of the Christmas movies that are made now, like, I honestly feel like technology has just ruined them. Because everyone's like, the issues, everyone's on their phone like this. You know? One account. Okay. One account. But I feel like, what was I saying? I lost it. Yeah, I feel like just technology has ruined like the nostalgia vibe. Like kids don't ask for toys for Christmas anymore. They ask for like E-Bucks or V-Bucks or Roblox bucks or whatever. I always told my cousins when I was giving them presents and stuff, I still give them presents, but now the older ones have aged out of this. But the younger ones were like, I tell them straight up, I'm like, I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told your older cousins. If you ask me for money, you get nothing. So what do you want for Christmas that is not a gift card and is not money? And that makes them think. They're like, and I'm like, you don't want anything besides money? That's kind of sad. Well, like, what the heck? Anyway, so I feel like that's like a lot of Christmas films. I feel like a lot of modern Christmas movies feel very corny. We had some great movies in the early 2000s, probably better filmmakers and writers. Yeah, I feel like, again, like, what are Christmas movies gonna be about now? The world's depressing. It used to be, like, my dad's obsessed with, you know, decorating for Christmas. And I think there was an Eddie Murphy movie, I think it was Eddie Murphy, that just went up, that was on Netflix, that I really liked, about, like, a decorating contest. With like a little bit of whimsy, like magic in it. And like, I don't mind the cheesiness of like just suspending belief in a Santa or suspending belief in a magical system. I don't mind that. What I do mind is that the lesson of the moral of the story and the lesson in all these movies is no longer varied. It's not spend more time together as a family. It's spend more time together as a family off your phones. It's not like co-parenting divorced parents getting along and for the sake of the kids for a magical Christmas. It's get the parents back together. You know what I mean? Or like they're never gonna get along, get over it. I don't know how to explain it. But like the Santa Claus, divorced couple, trying to figure it out, fighting about a custody agreement with a little bit of magic. That's like a realistic thing for a kid to relate to. So, yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else. Like, I can't think of anything else right now. Hot Santa's Sleigh, 2008. I don't know what that is. Bye, Paul. Thanks for visiting. I can't even remember the last like new Christmas movie I watched. Probably like, I don't know. Time doesn't make sense. Time is not real anymore. I don't like it. It's giving me the chills every time. Oh, Nutcrackers. That was one that I liked, the Nutcracker movie, the Disney one. I feel like I'm waiting for someone to do it better with actual ballet. Like, I want a Nutcracker movie, but I want Clara to be a young aspiring ballerina who's an understudy for Clara, the real Clara, in the Nutcracker for a ballet company. And I want her to, like, fall down a stage door into Wonderland style into the Nutcracker's actual world, and I want her to go through and like be dancing on point and doing the choreography while in like the actual magical world. I want that movie. Having a huge social media mobile phone plot line gives me the eggs of cringe. I want to escape. Exactly. Like, can you? But honestly, that's all we have now. Is like kids on their phone 24/7, can't connect to other people. So what are they supposed to do? What are they supposed to, like, what can kids relate to or learn from a movie if it's not, hey, get off your device? They don't listen at all. Like, kids today, like, they don't care about anything. Like, the little girls are like obsessed with skincare, which, like, very nice. Have a good night, Paul. Bye. Or, yeah, you're Paul. Like, young girls are, like, aspiring to be women way sooner, obsessed with skincare, obsessed with clothing that is probably a little too old for them. Like, I miss when young girls and kids looked like kids. I teach high school right now, and these girls, like, dress, most of them, not all of them, some of them with, like, really good parents that I've met, are keeping them children, which I appreciate so much. They're like protecting their innocence, they're protecting their minds, they're limiting their social media exposure so that they have a chance to authentically develop morals and values and code of ethics and friendships without the influence of like the social media sphere that honestly like creates horrible divisions in relationships, in my opinion. But like, what other movies would they look for? I want the ballerina movie of Clara in the Nutcracker as an understudy going to the actual Nutcracker world and being like, I'm hallucinating for half of it and wanting to like blah 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 blah, and then realizing like, oh no, this is real. And then obviously Clara and the Nutcracker have a little teensy romance, you know. And so that can develop, and that would be nice. But yeah, I don't know how else. I mean, a holiday movie about multiple deaths happening, I guess, would be kind of cool and like emotional, and it could be kind of funny, like, because you know how people die a lot during the holidays. Like from October to January or to February, I feel like a lot of people just always die every year, especially like celebrities. Santa shows. Let's see. I feel like movies should just stop seeing movies at modern times because of technology ruins the chances. Yeah! No, I cannot stand modern telling of movies because of them using modern technology. Okay, you're funny. No, because like the fun part of movies was that there was a chance for misunderstanding. Like you'd leave a message on a girl's answering machine and her jealous roommate would hear it and delete it to make her think you never called, and then she's mad at you and you don't know why, and it's like it develops the plot. But with phones and like how people are supposed to be really healthy and really like advanced and emotionally intelligent, those little misunderstandings can't really happen. That one movie, oh, I forget what it was called. There was a pretty interesting like misunderstanding in a recent movie. I can't remember what it was, but I was like, okay, cool. We have like a genuine misunderstanding that neither of them are going to be grown enough to confront, and they're both just going to silently resent each other for a misunderstanding, and that's going to boil up into a point, and then it'll create intrigue. Awesome. But with everyone texting and calling and stuff, like the most you can do with that these days is you send a screenshot to the wrong person by accident. And I think there was just a movie of like a girl whose husband died or something, and she kept texting the number and it was some guy, and that guy ends up like stalking her and falling in love with her. And that's kind of interesting, but it's more of a horror movie than a romance. Oh yeah, no, I hate it. Like Riverdale, I was like really interested for Riverdale to come out, but as soon as one of the teenagers had a relationship with the teacher, I was like, I want to turn this off. Like that poor kid got groomed, and then all the other kids are just sexualized up the wazoo, and like it's normalizing it. Like Veronica in Riverdale literally drinks whiskey at dinner with her parents as a 16-year-old or 15-year-old, however old she's supposed to be. And I'm just like, why? And then you get these parents who see that on TV, and then they come up with the mindset of like, oh, I would rather my kids drink with me in the house than sneak off and drink with their friends. No, you're setting up the habit. Like I'm drinking right now. I'm a grown woman. I can. It's one glass of wine. Calm down. But you're normalizing access to these things, the feeling and the rush of this thing. Their hormones are already going crazy, and they're at the day after they drink, their dopamine and their serotonin crashes, and they become extremely depressed and extremely annoyed. You think I cannot handle kids on Monday, the ones that I know drink and party, because they can't function because they're on a downer. They were on uppers and now they're downers, and I can't get them to focus. I can't get them to think about anything else. It's not good for business. It's terrible. And like kids don't understand that like TV is different than real life anymore. Like me growing up, I always knew what you see on the TV is fantasy. It's pretend. But I would watch like Disney Channel and see like a happy family and be like, that's how it should be. You're an amazing person. Thank you, Paul. Paul, you're supposed to go to bed. Well, their business. Yeah. Like it's just sad. Like I had to call the police on a business in my old hometown because they were actively selling buzz balls to high schoolers and not checking IDs, and they knew what they were doing. And I'm a mandated reporter, so I had to call the police and say, hey, this place is selling buzz balls. Did they do anything about it? No, the place is still open. But I did my due diligence and I made the report because like their brains are not fully developed. You need to limit their access to these things. Honestly, you're not even really supposed to drink until you're like 25 when your frontal lobe develops. Let alone be smoking pot and also vaping, which is sucking up microplastics and lead, and that's sitting in your brain hindering development. And these parents don't care that kids will be kids. No. Raise your kids. 9 over an empty highway. That's literally happened so many times to my friends. So many times. Anyway. Ugh. Knock on wood that it won't happen to me. Oh no! Santa's trying to attack Buddy. Except for he's not Santa. Let's listen to him say it's not Santa. To someone special. Intercom! I know this whole movie by heart. Love, Buddy. And he holds up the thing, and then he drops it, and he goes, she's like, what's that? And he goes, intercom. And then it's the police on the phone. So funny. Do any of these 90s never fit either?
What's that?
Intercom.
Intercom.
Yeah.
Okay, what'd you say? You said, I asked a server the other day if she used AR. I asked her how old she was. She said 20. Her reply was no. I asked why not. Her answer was she has a brain. Kids are small. Hi, Sancho. I'm drinking wine. We're talking about Christmas movies not being good anymore and the downfall of the youth because they use too much social media / phones. And modern phones make modern movies suck. Yeah, I mean, like, I just want a movie about good kids. There's actually a new movie coming out with Andrew Garfield in it, and I forget her name. She plays Penelope on Bridgerton, but I just saw the trailer today, and it's like some magical tree movie, and it looks really wholesome. But yeah, I wish that I wish that filmmakers actually went to schools and talked to actual children. Friday night, can you drink? I'm not drunk. I'm not drunk. Not even close. This was full, which is crazy. Do you have kids? No, I have about 129 of them. 136 of them. That's a weird question to ask. I wish that filmmakers would go and talk to actual children before they made a movie about high schoolers. Yeah, fair. I mean more in like a controlled environment, like a study room. Because like they just don't portray it well. They have 30-year-olds acting like teenagers. Those actors don't even know how kids act anymore. Also, the youth is cooked with their slang. Their slang sucks. Like, their slang used to be, like, distilled knowledge, and now it's just nothingness, and it makes me mad. Yeah. Facts. Thanks, Sancho. I just wish, I don't know, I wish I could make movies. I have so many ideas. I want more wholesome television. God, don't talk like that, please. 6'7". I literally, so I stop my students from saying 6'7" by they'll do the 6'7", and I'll go, did you just dab? I'm like, what? Did you just dab? No. Yeah, you did. Do it again. They'll do it. I'm like, that's a dab. You just did it. Like, no, I didn't. I'm like, yeah, that's your generation's version. They're like, stop it. They get so mad. And then they stopped. Now they don't do it around me anymore. Hilarious. I want a movie with a girl who is habitually anxious, like me, and she has panic attacks whenever she tries to send a text. Me. And that makes dating really hard for her. Me. I want a story about me. I get so anxious. I can only text like 5 people without feeling like I'm gonna have a mental breakdown. Also, what I want in real life is I want someone who's not afraid of a phone call. Like, I don't want to text you all day when we can talk on the phone for 20 minutes and be totally content and caught up with everything. That's what I want. But everyone's so afraid of the time commitment of a phone call. It's like, can you just spare 8 minutes for me? But no, it's like, no, I'm busy right now. No, I'm going to the gym. It's like, call me when you're in the car. Call me when you're on your way home from work. Call me when you're on your way home from dinner. Like, let's chat it up. That would be an interesting movie. Thank you for humoring me. Phone calls are better. Like, it's just, I mean, I won't answer always to an unknown number, but and with a 40 virgin female, I will play that role. I'm a little older than 40, but I will play that role. And I will do it such justice. I could do it. I really could. I think I've never even seen the 40-year-old virgin. I've only seen clips. But I would do that part justice. And it would be cool to have like an unknown actress like doing it. Not that I'm an actress, but my quirky awkwardness would lend the role an authenticity that does not exist in Hollywood. Maybe like an indie film person will pick it up and they'll pick me and I'll just be like, just pay me minimum wage. Pay me what my teacher salary is, which is like less than minimum wage, and I'll do it. I am promised to never sell my image to AI. Phone calls are not cooked. Like, that's the problem with whoever you are, is because why can't we talk on the phone? Why don't you have time? Everything's automated now. Your bills are automated. It's not like you have to be on the phone to pay bills. It's not like you don't even have to go grocery shopping. They could just be delivered. Like, you can do you have so much, arguably much more free time to be on the phone. Yeah, that time Steve Carell was unknown. Yeah, ebook. What do you mean ebook? What do you mean ebook? Sancho, what are you talking about? I'm trying to pay my car note, but the bank's sending me a scroll in the mail. Oh, that sucks. They did that for me too. I need to pay off my car. I haven't been because I didn't want to deplete my savings at all, but I feel like I should just pay it off so I don't have to pay so much every month. Like, it'll bring down my monthly bill. And I only owe like $2,000. His name is ebook? Oh, okay. Okay. You were laughing at somebody else. Is it bad that that's like my stim now? It's my emote. Enjoy. I hate Zoomer speak. Honestly, Zoomers don't even talk like that. They do call me bruh as their teacher, and sometimes I'll be like bruh back, but sometimes if they're trying to there's the bruh like the serious, and there's the bruh as the funny, and then there's bruh as the disrespect. And so I'll be like bruh back if they're like making a joke, but if they're like bruh, and I'm like, I'm not your bruh, I am your teacher, use my name. You may call me miss. They're so funny. I'm sorry. Literally. They don't really say that anymore. My middle schoolers would say that. My high schoolers don't. I say no skibbity to them, like no diggity, but they don't get it. They're just like, what? I'm like, no skibbity, guys. But yeah, they're really interesting. You said someone said something else I wanted to respond to. Calling a teacher bruh. No, it is funny because I'll call them bruh back. Like, I have that relationship with them where, like, I'll be like, dude, and they're just like, bruh. But if there's the line, right, where it's like, if they're just like, bruh, and I'm like, no, I'm your teacher. Don't call me bruh. We're not bruhs right now, fam. I'll say that. I'm like, I'm not your bruh, fam. I'm not your bruh, pal. They don't get the reference, but maybe someone in here will. And then sometimes, like, someone will drop something, and I'll go, they threw it on the ground, and they don't get it, and I'm just like, ah! That's, okay, so I need to finish my paper. I'm writing a paper with my thesis is that, like, the lack of common media between generations is widening the generation, it's creating a wider generational divide. And that's, like, the whole thesis of my paper that I'm currently trying to write, but I've been so busy. Because the lack of common media and the lack of being able to share common phrases with across generations, like yabba dabba doo, Scooby Dooby Doo, like they don't know what those things are anymore. They don't they don't get it. Like they don't understand. I'm like, oh, the Jetsons, like they don't get it, which isn't like, it's hard. Or like Family Feud. They know Judge Judy. They know Dr. Phil, which like, but like they don't watch reruns with their parents in the mornings. They don't watch like Saturday morning cartoons anymore. So, which used to have like a mix of oldies and new ones, right? So the generational divide is widening. We're not able to have that much common ground and common media. Most people don't have common media anymore because like you only get the few little viral things. Like you don't have everyone watching the same movie on Wednesday. Like not everyone's running home and watching Glee. Not everyone's running home and watching Pretty Little Liars. And then what are you going to talk about? Bye, Sandra. See you in a minute. Trying to split Skibbity Riz at the function. I hate the Huz. And I hate Riz. When I was in school, so many of the horrible kids just assumed the world. Assumed would. Wait, I just assumed nothing like boat growing isn't a true reflection of how anyone will be. Kids are really complex. No, kids are really complex. However, as a teacher who's had students graduate and move on, like I have a former student in Stanford right now, very much so saw that coming for him. When I was his teacher, he was fantastic. Super driven, super motivated to learn, always interested in the next thing and the next step, and like having in-depth, insightful conversations. And I think this kid will be the president. I will vote for him. I don't care what his policies are. I told him, I was like, honestly, kid, you will either be our greatest president or the greatest dictator / cult leader ever. Because he's got charisma, he's got the intelligence, he's got everything going for him. He's got everything. And I'm excited to see what this kid will do in life. I'm so excited. And on the other side of the coin, I had young boys who were behaving extremely inappropriately. And guess how many of them already have charges against them? Very valid accusations. If I was called to testify, I would testify against these kids. Because I saw how they behaved in high school. Which is why kids need to behave in high school. Because that follows you. Yes, kids, like I said earlier, like you can't just assume someone is going to be exactly how they were when they were a kid. I said that earlier in this live. You can't assume that people will be who they were when they were children. Like there's so much development and growth that happens and opportunities for growth that happens. Granted. However, the choices you make in high school will follow you. Like, the perceptions will follow you. The reputations you accrue, especially if you don't leave that hometown, will follow you. If you don't get world knowledge and therapy, after high school, you will stay that person. I know plenty of people who are exactly the same people that they were in high school as adults. Job hopping, can't get better or more advanced degrees because they can't commit to like they never develop the habits to be good in school while they were in school. And part of that could have been a teacher's fault, but part of that has to be owned on them and their parents. You can't expect to be successful in life if you don't practice developing those skills in high school. Potentially, right? There's always the exception to the rule. That's because many of them disagree. I could deduce the future of most of goobers. I went to school with a lot of real estate agents and trophy wives. What I'm saying is I've seen so many kids who were really disruptive and annoying to teachers, but a lot of them, education wasn't for them. They went on to do more manual labor, and they aren't bad. No, that's fine. Goes to everyone out of school. Enforced relationships. Yeah, no, I agree that school is not for every kid. However, I will say kids who don't behave in school, behave's the wrong word. Kids who don't apply themselves to their ability, to their best ability, because everyone's ability is different. Kids who don't attempt to apply themselves will have a very hard life in the future, because those are the kids who can't hold down a job, because they can't listen to their boss. They can't remember instructions. They can't respect boundaries because they weren't applying themselves and realizing these are the things we're learning in schools. And now with schools being defunded and schools also losing their ability to expel or losing their ability to discipline properly, it's getting worse, right? So, and I'm not talking about the kids with special needs. Obviously, they have things that they need support in that a lot of schools can't offer. And maybe their parents don't have the resources that they need, right? This is not a black and white situation. This is a messy, gray, hard area. What I'm saying is that parents who don't impart to their kids that they need to work on the skills being taught in school, the socialization, the dedication, the work ethic, those are all things you'll need in working life. And for better or worse, my issues towards the system notwithstanding, school is built to build worker bees. It is meant to mimic what a 9 to 5 is going to be like, essentially, even though they don't stay till 5 p.m. Thank God. But bullied in my school were weird. No. Oh no. Sorry for them. Yeah, it's hard because, like, bullying can stunt your growth and development. Again, not excusing what you just said, not excusing who you're talking about, but I'm wondering if there's like a mental delay or like a cognitive delay or a special needs there for some of them. Obviously, some people are just whacked in the head and should be taken out back. You know what I mean? Part of why I became a teacher is to protect kids from that. I had a student who was actually being groomed by her father. And she came to me and told me all the stuff that was going on, and thankfully her mom believed her, got her away from that situation. They were already divorced, thankfully. And they had, they were going through a court case and stuff like that. And I was making reports to CPS to support this girl and what she was saying because they were like not believing her and trying to make her go back to him. And I was like, I mean, I understand where you're coming from. I think that it depends on the group your kids hang out with. I have a group of girls who hang out in my room at lunch, and they just talk about the sweetest, most innocent things, and they're like freshmen, sophomores, and like they don't talk to boys. They're not, doing any of that kind of stuff, and I'm just like, stay this way. Just stay this way. Like my classroom, I have very strict rules about topics. I have very strict rules about language, like they are not going to be using slurs, they're not going to be using curse words even, because I was like, curse words are filler words. When you have a vocabulary as large as mine, then you can start using curse words. but you need to develop your vocabulary outside of slang and vulgarities before you can start using vulgarities around me. And they struggle. That's good. I'm happy you like what you do. My biggest thing is like I want all my students to graduate with the options, with any option, right? And I think everyone should go to college for 1 year at least, like junior college or something, just to see what it's about, you know? Oh, I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm sorry that happened to you. That shouldn't have happened. It's hard. I have kids that come to me and talk to me about their parents, and I straight up tell them, I'm like, do you want me to listen or do you want me to do something? Because I will make a report if you want. Like, if you feel like it's that serious. Because sometimes it's like just petty stuff, like, oh, they yelled at me. But I'm like, what did the yelling entail? Because I don't want you to be in a space where you're being abused. And I don't use that language with them, obviously. But I'm hyper protective of children because I wasn't protected. So I just want that to be my role. I just want to make sure that kids are safe and loved and looked after. That's like my purpose on this earth, is to make sure that kids know that they have a safe adult to go to and that they can be their most authentic self. They can ask the hard questions if they want to ask the hard questions. And I tell them straight up, I'm like, I will never lie to you. I'm a bad liar anyway. And like sometimes they'll ask me a question that I'm not comfortable answering and I'll just say, I can't answer that right now. That's not a lie, it's the truth. And I was like, I have to think about that for a while. Or I'll tell them I don't know enough about that to form an opinion. You know, modeling that understanding, like modeling that behavior to show them that it's okay not to know everything. I'm a grown-up and I don't know everything. There's no way to know everything. But what's not okay is not knowing something and making a snap judgment about it. That's nice. I was homeschooled, so I was never out of my hell, except for when I went to dance class. And then I wasn't allowed to go to dance class when the abuse really escalated. Their excuses is because I was 18. They weren't going to pay for my schooling, and they weren't going to pay for me to go to dance anymore. And I was like, you'd think you would have prepared me for life then, but they just wanted to marry me off to some guy, a 30-year-old I didn't know, as soon as I was 18. What would you tell a student of theirs if they're watching? Finish your essay, because I know you didn't. That's what I would tell a student if they're watching. I wasn't homeschooled. I'm happy you weren't homeschooled. You got out of your situation at least a little bit every day. Now, if one of my students was watching, I would say, go do your essay, because I know you didn't finish it, because I was watching your computers while you were working. I would also tell them that I'm proud of them for trying, and I do like them. They think I don't like them, but I tell them every day, I'm like, I appreciate you. Thank you for doing that. Like, I try to say nice things to them. But then I hear them gossiping out in the hallways, and they're just like saying this crazy stuff. Like, she hates us. She can't stand us. I'm like, why would I have this job? I tell them, I'm like, I like kids. I like you guys. That's crazy work that you think that I would take this job and take your abuse if I did not like children. I very much like children, and I like them a lot. They make me laugh. The older ones have lost hope. They also were just making, like, there for the paycheck, and because they can't afford to retire. I think if teachers made more money to be comfortable and take the breaks that they needed to take when they needed them, they would be more effective. I think that if we actually did, like, how do I say it? If there was actually proper opportunities for further education and training, that it would improve. But the PD days are just like recycled and dry, and no one takes them seriously or wants to be there because it's all stuff we learned in our degrees. because we had to do so much schooling to become teachers that everything in PD is stuff we've heard before. I've only been to 2 professional developments that have been like, I love that, I'm using that, that's fantastic, that's a great resource. It's not that good. For all the other professional developments I've been to, they're not that good. But I tell my kids I'm proud of them all the time. I'm like, even if they just try, like if I have a student who doesn't try 90% of the time and they try for one day, I give them a piece of candy and I say, even though if they don't want it, and I'm like, I'm so proud of you. Thank you for doing that. Like you're on the right track. You did a great job. I'm proud of you. But they just kind of look at me like, that's cringy. Yeah, there's those who can't teach. And I kind of fall into that a little bit, like not really, but my hardest subject in school was English. And I got my bachelor's degree in English because in my brain, I was like, had an inferiority complex. And I'm like, if I can do this, I can do anything. Because English was my hardest subject. And I graduated with a 4.0. Do you think raising teachers' pay while simultaneously raising the standards of teachers would help? Seems everyone was really only had 1 or 2 good teachers. Math is hard. I think that raising teacher pay would in 100% change the game. I think also changing to a 4-day school week, so 4 days with kids, 1 day of it, kids doing homework at home, and having teachers still go in that day to do grading. So Monday, or even just like have the kids come Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. If kids came Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and adults stayed on campus and like still came to work on Friday, that's when they could do their IEP meetings, because that's when they could do their grading. That's when they could do their week-long planning without kids. Because right now the way it's set up is we have 5 days of children, sometimes 6 if we do Saturday school. We have 5 days of children. We have 1 hour or like 45 minutes a day to grade, but then that gets interrupted by IEP meetings or 504 meetings or student intervention or SST meetings or parent phone calls or interventions. There's so much that goes into that 40 minutes that teachers fall behind. Then they take work home on the weekends, and then they burn out, and then they get resentful because they're not getting paid enough and they don't get to unplug. I know so many teachers who are crashing and burning at this point in time in the year because they are working almost every single weekend to plan and to grade, especially English, math, history, and science teachers, because they have the most work to grade. They're the core classes. Hi! One of the best teachers I had was game design. Exactly! Because we had to do elemental boring crap. You do video games. Yeah, nice. Many dreams were crushed. Cool. Teachers are literally important at shaping the future. Why they being undercut shows how much. Yeah, I mean, we're not considered professionals anymore as of 2 days ago. Nice. Yeah, it's hard also because the kids don't see, at least in my schools, I mostly work at Title I schools, which means they get the most, like, a lot of funding because the kid, like, free lunch, free breakfast. We have food banks that are hosted at the campus for people to pick up when they pick their kids up because the community is so poor. And I want to teach at those schools because I want to be supportive and there for those kids. Now, am I a hard ass? Yes. Because, like, I'm not their friend. And I try to make that very clear. I'm like, I love you and I will take a bullet for you, but I am not your friend. Because that isn't, like, that's a boundary. Like, in this setting, imagine me as your boss, right? Or, I don't know, like a scary auntie, but I'm not your friend and I'm not your mom. So, Like, in this space, I tell them, I'm like, I get you for 50 minutes a day. After attendance and checking the bulletin and stuff, I have you for 45 minutes, maybe 40 minutes. That's not enough for me to teach you how to read. So you have to try on your own sometimes. And they just, like, can't wrap their head around that. Like, they don't know. Like, I try to teach them how to study. They're like, that's doing too much. Like, these little pop phrases in social media and stuff are degrading the quality of thinkers in America. And the fact that a lot of money by Google is being spent to infiltrate schools with AI is highly concerning to me, because AI can be a great tool. However, our planet cannot sustain it. That's just a fact. Our planet cannot sustain AI as it is now. And how widespread and how everyone's trying to get a data center all of a sudden is terrifying and horrible. I will never use AI in my classrooms because I tell them, like, my job is to teach you how to think, not what to think. AI will tell you what to think. And you need to figure out how to think for yourself first. So it's like teaching kids how to do heroin before they even understand what heroin is. And it's very concerning to me. And I will not allow it in my classroom. My campus got mad at me because I accidentally asked IT to block ChatGPT, and they were using it as an assignment for assignments, and even teachers were using it to write emails to parents, and admin was using it, and it got blocked across our entire district because you can't just do it for, like, certain teachers or whatever, or for certain students. And they got mad that someone had requested for it to be blocked. And I thought it was just for my class. I didn't know it was blocking for the whole district, whatever. But I have an admin, and I love him. He's fantastic. He went to a Google training on AI, and it's like, we're gonna get this for our school. It's so great. It's so cool. Look at all the images I can make. Look at all the emails I can write. He loves AI. The issue is that man could get sued for what he did with AI at one point, but I'm not going to talk about that. But he thinks that AI will never steer him wrong, and boy, oh boy, has it. Several times. Used language that broke the law and was not good. Like, you could not, no. I would rather have human error than be like fully flagrantly using words that break laws. Crazy stuff. Yeah, Department of Education doesn't exist pretty much anymore. So kids with special needs aren't going to get the money, or schools are not going to get money for special needs, which means that they're going to cut the programs, which means special needs kids are probably going to be put into general ed classrooms, and then the general ed kids are going to stop coming because they're uncomfortable, because of the behaviors. We do not have enough aides to support those students. General ed teachers who do not have special ed training or skill sets will be overwhelmed, and you're going to see way more of those trendy videos of teachers crashing out. That's for sure. But it's just really upsetting what's happening and how little respect teachers get. And now they're going to go towards like a nationalistic, like, once the Department of Education is broken down, if they do a federal overhaul, instead of allowing states to do it themselves, they're probably going to make a federalized, like, nationalist-based curriculum, which, if that happens, I will quit. I will not teach a nationalist curriculum. I won't do it. Because, like, I teach English, which is, like, Shakespeare, and I don't know, a bunch of other things I can't think right now, but I teach reading and writing and critical thinking skills, and if critical thinking is wiped out because it's just teaching conformity, I will not do it. I tell my students all the time, because they'll look at me like they're afraid to disagree with me. I'm like, disagree, as long as you cite your source, or back it up with evidence from the text, because we'll talk about a text. We don't talk about anything controversial. It's just a book. Like, if you can back it up, disagree with me. I love it when you argue with me about books. Yeah, it's scary because, like, my special needs students are the sweetest students. Because I do have special needs students that are, like, mainstreamed because behaviorally they're able to. And they just get, hi, India. Heck yeah, I want a fancy pool. Oh my god. Sancho, build me a pool. Do it. Or you don't love me anymore. I want to retire. I want to retire early. You know what? You guys gotta just get me 1 million subscribers. Heck yeah, I'll come to India. You guys gotta get me 1 million subscribers. No. I can do 200,000. Give me 200,000 subscribers. And then I will just take vacations that are funded by you guys. I'll stream them all. I'll go up and meet up with you guys wherever you want. And we'll just have a grand old time. What does it feel like to be the hot teacher? I am not the hot teacher, actually. I'm the cringe teacher. Yeah. I know, Sancho, I remember. Build me a pool. Social Security bankrupt by 2045? I know. I want to go to Diwali. Guys, you should just, like, want me to retire. Also, I'm back to that. I'm not the hot teacher. Appreciate that. Thank you. I'm not. They actually got mad at me for getting bangs. They're like, don't get bangs. What's wrong with you? Aw, thanks, Carl. I'm not. There's hotter teachers on my campus. I'm the stick in the mud. They think I'm not fun. But that's also because my school's demanding that I do their curriculum, and my skill is making a fun curriculum that they want. It's sneaky to make them learn without actually thinking they're learning. They think they're playing. That's what I'm good at. Unfortunately, my school's like, no, you have to teach this textbook. It's the worst. I hate teaching textbooks. It's so boring. The coolest thing I did as a teacher is we did a mock trial. Proudest moment of my life, because all my kids were so different that we rented out the multi-purpose room that had a stage. We had people studying. I was like, here's the story we read together. We took notes on it. And then we had to do an argument. So I had kids sign up if they wanted to be a lawyer and do public speaking, like a presentation style for their final, they could do that. If they didn't want to speak publicly, they could be a jury member, but they had to write an essay about why they chose the verdict of guilty or innocent for the trial. I had people on the stand to be witnesses. And so they had to pick a character and do a character analysis and a character argument for why they would take the stance that they did on the stand. And then my lawyers and my clerks, so there was one main lawyer who did the speaking, and then they had clerks who did all the research and argument essays to support the speaker. And it was the most fun. We had all, like, the freshman class and sophomore classes came in, because it was a junior senior class. The freshmen and sophomores came in and with their classes, and they watched, and then they thought it was so fun, and they wanted to do their own version of it. So that was the coolest thing I did as a teacher. Like, I loved teaching that lesson, but that was for a very specific school with a very specific group of kids, and I don't know if it could be that successful again unless I really built a relationship for multiple years with the students. Because, like, there was a lot of trust involved with the process. And you know what's so funny is that one of my the kids took it so seriously, they would present me with motions between classes to block the other teams. They're like, we want us to, like, they wanted to subpoena, and they wanted me, because I was the judge, to sign off on a subpoena for information. They wanted to block or set, like, what'd they do? I forget, they literally used the legal term. They, like, printed out a whole thing, but they created a seal for their attorney's office. They took it so seriously. For like 2 weeks, I was getting harassed in my office because I had an office and a classroom. They would come find me in my office when I was like trying to work, and they were like, "Judge, we need to have a meeting. May I approach the bench?" I was like, "Guys, I can't right now." I was like, this is just, I was so excited how like excited they were for the process. So I gave them extra credit. I was like, you guys get A+ all around because they took it so seriously and they worked so hard. I was so proud. Oh, I taught a conspiracy theories one. That was fun. You're in college now? Ugh, yeah, I hate that. I was really lucky with my professors. All my professors were so fun, except for maybe 2 of them. One of them hated me. Like, she hated my guts. Every time I raised my hand, she literally would roll her eyes to the point where my other classmates were like, "What did you do to her?" And I'm like, "Nothing. I've never even gone to office hours because this is how she acts in class. Like, I can't even ask her anything." And she ended up retiring, thank God. But oh my God, she hated my guts. And then the other one was just got into a scandal for dating a student, which, like, it was college, whatever, but it was a little bit much. No, college is not a scam. I disagree with that. I liked my college. I always got responses from my professors. Also, you just gotta go to office hours and like stay after class sometimes and schmooze with them a little bit. You just have to make them remember you. It's the same as your high school teachers. And also, like, it's a skill to learn yourself. Like, sometimes you gotta read beforehand, go to lecture, ask the questions, raise the hands, participate in the discussion. And if you're not going to do that, then yeah, do online school. But I enjoyed my classes because we actually would talk to each other. Good, I'm happy you have straight A's. I graduated with a 4.0. I got into Davis, Berkeley. Where else did I get into? Davis and Berkeley were the 2 big ones. I got into like 6 schools. Finals are coming up. You'll be fine. Just make sure you do your reading. See, that's your problem that you think that's all girls stuff. This is why girls are mostly in academia and succeed at higher rates. Good job. You have to know how to socialize. You have to know how to raise your hand and form an opinion or collaboratively discuss something. I'm happy you always do good in school. Why does it have to be sex-based or feminine or masculine? Why can't it just be education-based? Why does it have to be like that? Why are you assigning a gender role to education? But why are you assigning gender roles to education? Is reading for girls? Girls sit down and listen easier than boys. That's because girls were told to sit down and shut up. And men and boys weren't. They were like, let him speak because he's going to be a leader one day. Boys need a different approach. They don't need it. They need to learn how to adapt. Girls succeed at higher rates in school because they are conditioned to shut up and listen. Boys need to adapt to the environments that they're in. You can't always be the loudest person in the room. Who's yelling? I've never read To Kill a Mockingbird in my life. I know, Tui's gonna perform in Taiwan. It's all lit up in blue. My friends are going. My friends are gonna be there. I'm really jealous they got tickets and they can afford the flights. I know, it's because Chui got diagnosed with the fainting disorder. I'm upset that Chewie got or that Chang got diagnosed. I'm nervous because I have tickets for January, and I've never I've actively avoided seeing like I didn't go and see their fancy tour. I think it was Twice Lights because Mina wasn't performing. I wouldn't go. Also, I was very, very poor, so I couldn't go. But I was like gonna like try to buy tickets, and I just couldn't do it because Mina. I love Mina so much, but I couldn't not see like all 9 girls for at least for the first time seeing them. I've seen them over 10 times now, so now I'm like, okay, I can see without Chang, but I love Chang and I wanted to see her. Her album is the best. I have it in my car and I have it on repeat. I love Chang's album so much. You guys should all go listen to Little Fantasy, Lil Fantasy, Chaeyoung from Twice. Sun Chaeyoung. She's the best. It's like so experimental and like whimsical and creative, and you just wouldn't expect that out of the K-pop scene. So I enjoyed it very much. I listen to it almost every day. I have the CD in my car. Don't do drugs. I've never done drugs. Ever. You listened to that today? Don't lie. Don't lie to me, Sancho. You did not. It is K-pop, yes. But they have a lot of English songs. Like their song, I Could Be the One. What's that song called? Is it called Girl or is it called The One? Sancho, don't lie. Lying makes you look old. That's why I look so young. At 53, this is how I look because I don't lie. You listen to Taylor Swift? Good job. Which album? That will let me know who you are. What's your favorite Taylor Swift album? What's your favorite Twice album? Those in the chat have listened to Twice. What's your favorite Twice album? Have you listened? Yeah, I love Blue Valentine, actually. I really liked it. You think Cammy's cute? Ah! Cammy is cute. How do you know Cammy's cute? I can't go to Cammy's profile right now. I'm live. Cammy, are you cute? Do you like boys or girls better? Who has a chat, me or Sancho? Also, Sancho, don't lie to girls. Go actually listen to the album. Guys, I'm getting uncomfortable in my jeans. I want to go put on my pajamas. But if I put on my pajamas, I'm taking off my bra. You're blue, you can't look. What does that mean? But Cammy's so pretty. Cammy's so pretty and smart. Is Cammy of age? That's the big one. Yeah, I listened to Blue Valentine. I liked it a lot. I haven't watched the video though. I saw a clip of the dance video, but I liked the song. Really like 1989? Nice. Of course I know EXO. I know. I haven't listened to the album, I just listened to the single. I haven't listened to the whole album, I can't tell you that. I also liked, I haven't listened to Spaghetti yet. I just haven't had the time. Guys, I've been trying to avoid new K-pop lately because I'm depressed and I don't want to ruin it. I didn't want to ruin it for myself because I was sad. But I think I'm more ready now. After tomorrow, I'll be more ready. Of age, I didn't think about that. Yeah, you have to think about that. Podium, Phoenix, Crush on You, really hurts. I'll screenshot that. Alright, I screenshotted that so that way I can listen to them. Have you done the first snoop? What's that? I don't know what that challenge is. Crush on You, I think, and really Reality Hurts, I think I will like a lot, just based on the words, just based on them. Cammy, how old are you? I'm stressed. Cammy's not goth. Yeah, see, she's not goth. I'm like preppy emo. You're 20, there you go, Sancho. The first snow challenge is this winter. I don't have snow where. Well, actually, no, I do have snow where I live now. College. Yeah, you shouldn't assume. It's dangerous on the internet. You shouldn't assume on the internet. But she said she's 20, so now we have verification. Anyway, Cammy, do you want me or do you want Sancho? Be honest. Just kidding. I don't know who Fred Durst is. I have students who are super into metal. They keep telling, they're like, oh, I just listened to the Smashing Pumpkins. Hey, have you heard of I had a student come to me and they said, hey, have you heard of Linkin Park? And I lost my mind, but I kept it contained and I was like, yes, I have heard of Linkin Park. Do you like them? Like, yeah, I've been listening to them a lot. Their old albums are great. And I was like, yeah, great stuff. Really like them. I'm not drunk. This is 4 tours, 73 shows. Shut up. They have 73 shows? They're going to be so tired. They're going to make so much money, though. Limp Bizkit, yeah. Limp Bizkit, yeah. Oh, they're getting into Weezer, too. Jesus. Good for them. Hopefully it's not all going to JYP and it's going to the girls, too, because they putting in work. Also, Chaeyoung is in the music video, the videos they play. And so they should do, she should still get money. I like Jimmy Against World or Jimmy Eats World. There we go. And what else? They're getting in. I'm trying to get them into Blink-182, even though they're a little problematic sometimes. I hope she gets well soon, but I also don't want her to rush because, you know, like Mina and Jungyoung had their things. I'm just hoping that she, like, she's been so thin, like getting so thin for so long. Like, I haven't wanted to comment on her body, but it has been concerning. There's a Weezer movie in the works. Ooh, cool. She needs to take her time because she's been losing a lot of weight. And I think that, like, there was a lot of stress for her debut, like, solo debut. And, yeah. I know, I saw it. I'm so excited for Misomo. Like, nothing but Linkin Park Limp Bizkit. Heck yeah, I am. I'm not drunk, though. I really wish that this was doing more for me, but I just, like, I can't finish it. It's just like, ugh. I can't do it. I think I should eat more. I have dumplings. I eat my dumplings. I'm gonna finish. They didn't give me a fork. Oh no. What am I gonna do? They didn't give me to-go utensils. Okay, I'll just use this stir stick. I'm gonna use this stir stick because I don't have a chopstick or anything. It's got a bad cold. Oh, I'm sorry. 32 ounces. It's not 32 ounces, it's like 16 ounces, if that. It's probably 8 ounces. Look, this is a to-go bowl. This is this cup. Smaller. This is 2 glasses of wine. And I didn't even finish it. I drank it over an hour. Keanu Reeves is going to be in it. Shut up. That's cool. Did not. It's right here. I'm a glutton. No. I went out and got this. I ate it there while it was hot. And then I started getting really sleepy in the booth, and I was like, I gotta go home. And so I got back to the hotel. It's so good. It's in like a hot and sour like broth. I just had those two left, and then I have more over there. I want to get my bread. Is this my bread? No, those are my dumplings. These are my greens. This is my bread. I asked him for vinegar, and he only gave me soy sauce, but that's all right. Even though I did tip him really well, because it's rough out there, you know? It's not a chopstick. They didn't get. This is a stir stick from the coffee bar in my hotel, because they didn't get me to go stuff. You're a chef? I prefer vinegar. Vinegar and chili oil and ginger. So good. If y'all have never been to Dough Zone, it's fast food dumplings, but it's so good. Vinegar on your fries. Like malt vinegar. Good choice. These are green onion pancakes. I'm at a hotel because my brother's funeral's tomorrow. And it's too early for me to get there to drive. Otherwise I have to wake up at like 4 a.m. to get there in time. So I got a hotel for tonight and tomorrow night. And then I'll drive home on Sunday. You know this isn't my house? There's no bookshelf behind me. Where did you think I was? I said hotel like 5 times. That's what they gave me free alcohol. They gave me free wine. No, it's okay. Thank you. It's fine. I'm more angry. You missed it, Sancho. Let me tell you what happened. My sister was bitching and moaning, pardon my French, that's fair. She was complaining that I invited a couple of friends to the memorial because I want support system. And she wouldn't give me a +1. So I just took one, because whatever. And then she was complaining, saying that catering was so expensive. So I sent her $300, because I was like, how much is it? She wouldn't tell me. So I sent her $300, and then she sent it back to me today. She just sent it back to me tonight. She refunded it to me, which is insane. These are so bad. Sakura is the first K-pop idol and J-pop idol to stand at Tokyo Dome. Sakura S. The Seraphim? No, Misamo has been the first Japanese group, or the Mina, Sana, Momo were the first Japanese group girls in a K-pop group. Same with Chewie being the first Chinese or Taiwanese person to be in a K-pop group. So I don't know what they're complaining about. Like, it doesn't have to be a competition, y'all. Let's just be nice. They're calling Misamo K-pop. That's wrong. They only have Japanese songs. That's incorrect. And Sakura is great. Sakura is amazing. But Misamo is J-rock, J-pop. Me and Sancho were in California. That's his segue to be like, where are you from? No, I know you are. it's super toxic, like the fandoms these days. They just be doing too much. They're like really messed up. I should go get some ice. What time is it? Ooh, it's almost bedtime. Alright, my sweets. As much as I would love to continue this wonderful conversation, because I love talking about K-pop, I have to go wash my face and go to bed at a decent time, because I have to wake up early to go to a funeral. And I need to practice my speech, which is on this tablet. So, and Nick's received hate from Mize. What? Who are Mize? Who are Mize? Who are Mize? I'm trying to remember. I have to wash my face. I have to wash my body. aespa fans, why? Why did they get hate from aespa fans? That's crazy. Hey, weebs are welcome in my chat. Bye, Fran. I have to wash my face. I have to wash my body. I have to steam my dress for tomorrow. I have to... Can you get pictures more with? I'm gonna try to sneaky live stream it if my sister doesn't punch me out for that. Because can it be a Macanese? What is a Macanese? Hi, Scotland. Oh, Scotland, why are you here? We could have fallen in love. I'm about to log off. Dang, I lost my chance. I'll go live again tomorrow, but dang. Couldn't have gotten here like 5 minutes earlier to woo me. Get out of here. Out of here. Okay. You're also Scottish? Heck yeah. Woo me. Ireland and Scotland are always on the right side of history. Let's go. Okay, anyway, I gotta go now. I've been on for almost 100 minutes. There's a motion at my front door and my kitty's going to the living room. Is when the youngest person of a group from any group can do everything properly. Ah, I see. That seems like a really loaded position. Anyway, we can talk more about that next time. Bring it up again next time. Okay. Bye. Look at my pretty nails. Okay, bye. Look at my pretty nails. They're a little too blue for me, but that's okay. Bye. Ew, you're nasty now. I take it back. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Okay, bye.